It's good YouTube. It's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy. And I've been talking about the Nets for quite some time now. And I just think that the Nets um let me go back. I wanted to talk about who's gonna dominate New York City for the next 10 to 15 years from now. Is it a Knicks town? Is it you know do the Nets run New York? Do the Knicks run New York? You both basically you both have to look back at their track record, their history. Obviously New York. I mean, the Knicks dominate. New York City. Um, in many ways. Ticket sales, arena wise, jersey sales, um, you know, but obviously the wins and losses are just up and down. Like the Knicks can never be consistent. We had one good year, and that was with Carmelo Anthony, Stoudemire, and the rest of the crew. But besides that, that's the last time we reached the playoffs. Um, we never consistent. We win some, we lose none. We win one, we lose 10. We win two, we go on a little bit of a winning streak, and then we, lose, five straight or six straight. So, as a Knicks fan, I understand that, it falls on James Dolan. You know, I'm not gonna shy away from it. I'm not going to say that James Dolan isn't the problem. Because okay, let's hypothetically say that we James Dolan do step down, or he's getting tired and he wants to pursue his music career. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he owns the Rangers. He owns the Rangers and I believe the Knicks. So I don't really watch too much hockey, but I know that he owns the Rangers and obviously the Knicks. So the Knicks right now isn't this is not good. It's not a good team to be on. There's a black cat running around. The organization don't know what direction it wants to go to, while the Nets have found year after year to retool, talent. You know what I'm saying? We could go back, in the early days when it was called the New Jersey Nets. You know what I'm saying? I hear that they're bringing those jerseys back as well. Um, it's not gonna make no difference. It's not like it's a curse. That's because they haven't won nothing when they had those jerseys. You know what I'm saying? It was just the location that they was. People didn't want to travel all the way to New Jersey just to see them. The ticket sale prices dumped. And that's why they was forced to move to Brooklyn to rename them the New Jersey Nets, from New Jersey Nets to the Brooklyn Nets. So, um, they did make the playoffs with D'Lo. I mean, obviously after that, they traded him to the Warriors, and that's when KD and Kyrie were free agents. We thought everything was gonna go for the plan. We thought, Zion was gonna come to us. We're gonna get Kyrie and KD. You know what I'm saying? RJ would, obviously go to the Pelicans. But that wasn't the case. I think the Knicks learned from that mistake from because we could have done the same thing that we did to Melo. So they just instead of just sign and trade. You know what I'm saying? like how we did Carmelo. Like you see how we didn't have to give up anything for Stoudemire. That's how we were supposed to do it for Carmelo Anthony. But we gave up all our assets, our young assets, to the Nuggets for Carmelo Anthony, and that's what screwed up the whole process. Now, it didn't necessarily screw us bad because, like I said, we had that one great season. And then around 2014, we got swept. No, actually, we won one game. We won one game against the Heat, and then obviously the next game, game four, they beat us and we got eliminated. But we've learned from our mistakes from the Carmelo Anthony trade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that we had to trade our young pieces to get KD and Kyrie, and then obviously we drafted Zion, right? That still wouldn't be enough because the East wasn't loaded, but the East was very competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like the West was loaded, but the East was very competitive. So it was hard to get over the teams like the Bucks, the Celtics, the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? The Raptors. So it was not going to be an easy cake, even if we did have those guys. But it didn't. Obviously, with the third pick, we wind up drafting R.J. Barrett. I mean, he did a lot of the scoring in Duke, so you would think that Zion was just a highlight reel, not much of a scorer, which he's not, you know. Um, but to me, I think that the Knicks run New York. You know, as bad as I don't want to say the Nets, it doesn't kill me that I have to stick by my guns. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, we're everything in the book. We're dysfunctional. We are a mess. We don't know what direction we're going to, but at least we have talent. No, you can't really say that about the Nets. Outside of KD and Kyrie, who do the Nets really have? Nobody. You don't have a young up and coming rookie that they can lean on to and build around because the Nets don't necessarily believe in that philosophy. They don't believe in rebuilding, because they trying to win big. Because they haven't won crap since they got in the league. So to be honest with you, when the NBA was called the AAB, they haven't won crap. You know what I'm saying? I think they was called I think they was called the New York Nets at the time. And then obviously, yes, as years changed, they changed their names to the New Jersey to New York Nets to the New Jersey Nets, and then that's when the whole 15 or 10 years later, they switched it to the Brooklyn Nets. So they have been in the NBA for a long time, and they haven't won crap. So this notion that they trying to win big because they haven't won a championship, and however, you know what I'm saying, it's like you know like they trying to win big. I mean, I guess they trying to catch up to us because all we got is like two championships, right? So I think it's not even about championships because for them it's every day it's pressure, because they haven't won crap. They haven't won crap. We were so quickly to crown the Nets like they won three championships or something like that. They haven't won nothing. They're just like the Philadelphia Eagles. Was like the Philadelphia Eagles until the Eagles, broke that, drought of, 40 plus years of without winning a championship. Obviously, they did it, you know, against the against the Patriots. But you see where I'm going with this. Like you're banking on KD and Kyrie both coming back from injury. We don't know how long they're gonna play. They might probably have to sit out a few games. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they're gonna play all 82 games. You know what I'm saying? Especially KD. They're gonna have restricted minutes probably for him. You know what I'm saying? know what I'm saying? So when they do get, in a comfortable position, they can basically, um, rest him. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the Raptors did Kawhi Leonard, rest him, not playing him that much unless they have like a comfortable lead in their division or their conference. Sit him for a few games, rest him. So when playoff comes, you can, he can be unleashed and stuff like that. Because you don't want to, drain him in the regular season, and when it comes time to the postseason, he's just not there, and he gets hurt again. Same thing for Kyrie. He has surgery on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the Knicks don't necessarily have to deal with that. They just need what the Knicks need right now is just a direction. You know what I'm saying? They have the pieces. They just need the direction. You know what I'm saying? And if LaMelo Ball falls to us, hopefully we could get the number two pick. But we can easily find ourselves out of the top five. That can happen. You know what I'm saying? So, um, because if you look at the landscape, the Warriors don't need a point guard. The Hawks don't need a point guard. The Bulls don't need a point guard. The Cavaliers don't need a point guard. So who in that top five needs a point guard? The Knicks do. Yeah, Dennis Smith Jr. is okay. Frank Tequila is okay. You know what I'm saying? Alfred Payton is okay. But we need a score. And none of those guys are scorers. They're okay. Frank is good on defense. Like the Knicks just need a score. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we need a James Harden on offense. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I want to really say that we need a James Harden because James Harden doesn't really necessarily play defense. I mean, he knows how to play defense, but I think he's just so fixated on playing offense, he doesn't really care about playing on defense because he knows that his offensive game is just unpotent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can shoot with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he doesn't know how to play defense. I mean, y'all be joking around saying, "Oh, James Harden don't see defense." James Harden's like the Dallas Cowboys defense. He chokes in every fourth grade. You know what I'm saying? But there's flashes where he does play defense. You know what I'm saying? And there's flashes where he just lets people blow by him because he don't want to wear himself out. So when he does have the ball, he's not, like consistently, underachieving and stuff like that. But the Nets will. The Knicks will run New York. I mean, they have. I mean, they will continue to will. I mean, they will continue because that's just how it is. The Knicks are the most storied franchise in the NBA, right? But they don't play like it. That's why nobody wants to come here. You know, like they don't actually play like they're supposed to. Now I don't know if it's lack of coaching. I don't know if it's just the players not believing in the system. You know what I'm saying? But I think Mike Miller's doing a great job with them. Even though they did not make the list, but I can see why because of their record. I understand. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Nets. I mean, like I said, the Nets are just hitting the park. They swing and they miss. They swing and they miss. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how long KD and Kyrie is going to be there for the long haul. At least we can revolve and build around RJ. Because RJ is going to be there for the next, 10 years? 15 years? So we can at least we have somebody to build around. The Nets don't necessarily have anybody to build around. They can't build around Dinwiddie. They can't build around Jared Allen. They can't. I mean, like outside of KD and Kyrie, who do they really got? Harris. Like really, they gonna build around Harris? But I mean, like I said, You know, I'm glad that the Knicks didn't pull the trigger, or I'm glad that they didn't go to the Knicks. Because right now the Nets are a mess. You know, KD is calling people sellout. Kyrie is, like it's just a whole bunch of drama. You know what I'm saying? Like KD and Kyrie are great talent. Don't get me wrong, but they're divas. They're like wide receivers. They work. Actually, I can't really say they worse than wide receivers because wide receivers are the divas of the NFL of their position. So they like wide receivers. You know, they flashy. They flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? Like they're sensitive. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want that in the Knicks. Like imagine KD and Kyrie on the Knicks, making it even bigger, seeing that it already is. Calling, Kendrick Perkins, Kyrie calling, KD calling Kendrick Perkins a snake, and Kyrie coming out and saying that, we don't want the NFL season to resume, which he was basically in that meeting saying that we do want the NFL to resume. Now he's piggybacking on his word. You know what I'm saying? He's being bipolar. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't know what he's actually talking about. Because in the meeting he wanted the NBA season to resume. Now he comes out and say that we don't want the NBA season to resume because of the risk of the coronavirus, which I understand, but you know, basketball has to be played. A championship is gonna a championship team is gonna have to be crowned. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we could have been in the semifinals right now. If everything was, going smoothly, like we didn't have this coronavirus BS, we would have been in the semifinals right now, heading into the NBA playoffs. In the West, in the East, you would probably have the Bucks in the Sixers. In the West, you'll probably have the Clippers and the Lakers. And everybody's home right now. So that would have been your final four teams gunning it out to see who's in the NBA playoffs. That's just my opinion. So, like all this stuff, I'm not saying that it's gonna affect next year, but you can see how inconsistent they are. You know what I'm saying? Like just because Kendra Perkins attacks Kyrie Irving saying that, oh, he didn't feel like he needed to go to the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Like he spent all his years in Cleveland, won a championship because of LeBron James. He ditched him, went to the Celtics, had his problem with them. You know what I'm saying? He ditched, and then now he's with the Nets. Now he's with the Nets, right? Now he's with the Nets, and now he's making a bigger scene. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he's causing trouble or he's stirring things in the locker room, but if you going to a meeting and you saying that you want the season to resume, and then like 2 days later you say that you don't want the season to resume, so what do you want? Like, make up your mind, you know? Like, do you want the season to resume, or you don't want the season to resume? You know what I'm saying? Like, make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kyrie Irving is just like a bad, relationship. Like he doesn't know what he wants. You know what I'm saying? He won a championship only because of LeBron James. Because let's face facts. If LeBron James never went back to Cleveland and decided to go to the Lakers instead, Kyrie would have still been there with no ring. Or probably he would have been with the Celtics. He would have demanded a trade, right? He would have demanded a trade. He would have been with the Celtics, not winning anything with them. You know what I'm saying? Causing shit in the disturbing the locker room. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously he would have asked for a trade, go to the Nets, possibly do the same thing over there, but obviously he hasn't yet. So, I mean, at least the Knicks don't necessarily have to deal with that, you know? Um, at least the Nets At least the Knicks don't necessarily have to deal with that, and I'm glad. Because trust me, KD and Kyrie would have been doing the same shit that they would have been doing on the damn Knicks that they're doing on the Nets right now. You know, KD, KD would have been throwing shade probably to Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Perkins, right? So, but it is what it is, though. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So, it is what it is. But I'm just happy that the Knicks don't necessarily have to don't necessarily have to don't necessarily have to go through it anymore or go through this bullshit anymore. You know, they can just relax and build around RJ and just find a consistent basis so they can be on a winning track. Get back to Knicks basketball. So like, do I feel bad or do I feel angry that KD and Kyrie chose the Knicks over the Nets? No, I'm not shocked because the Nets will be nothing. The Nets will not. The Nets will never win anything. Okay, I'm being dead honest with you. The Knicks have a brighter. Excuse me. The Knicks have a brighter future than the Nets do, because Kyrie and KD can opt out in their second year. Because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long. I don't know how many years they signed. Like there's rumors that they signed a 2-year deal. Both of them signed a 2-year deal with the Nets with an option, with a player's option, or I think with a team's option. So by next month, by next year, if they don't win a championship, you know what I'm saying? Because they can win it next year. Like if they have all the pieces together, they can win it next year. Just like y'all said, the East is wide open, right? No more LeBron James, so the East is wide open, right? So they would have to go, but they would have to go through the Bucks. They would have to go through the, you know, Celtics, who's no joke. They have to go to the, Raptors. You know what I'm saying? Who's no joke? Like the Knicks. If they could get it together. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna be a cakewalk like everybody thinks there is. Like the Knicks might be a dysfunctional team, but the Nets are not far from the Nets are not far from the tree. I mean, go look at their record. Go look at their history. They haven't won anything, and this is why they choose overhyped, broken down players over drafting. Their philosophy is built through free agency. Build your team through free agency. Look at how many teams they required together, whether it was the big three, big four, you know what I'm saying? Like they had Jason Kidd and Vince Carter for crying out loud, and they still couldn't do nothing with it. They had not Chris, they had after Jason Kidd and Vince Carter, they had Darren Williams, they had Joe Johnson, they had Jared Wallace, they had Brooke Lopez, and they still couldn't do nothing with it. They had D'Lo, made the playoff once, got bounced out in the second round, I believe, or in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Went out, got Paul Pierce and KD. You know what I'm saying? Got out the first round, got beaten in the second round, went back, got Kyrie, KD, DeAndre Jordan, and now they're in the exact same position that they were a few years ago which is not going to really amount to nothing because they are making the same mistake over and over and over. So when the Nets don't make the playoffs next year, guess what? Kyrie and KD is going to opt out and go somewhere else, and the Nets are going to be stuck like Chuck, being the worst team in the NBA, and they're gonna read what they sow. That's just about it. While the Knicks are winning 40 plus games and they're the talk of the town, the Nets are gonna be in the bottom like always. That's just what it is. That's not my opinion. It's just facts because I know the Nets. I know how they operate. They got D'Lo for crying out loud, and D'Lo was just putting up video game numbers, right, with the Timberwolves. I think he was with the Timberwolves. Yeah, he was with the Timberwolves. So he was basically putting up video game numbers. The Nets was very interested in him. They got him. Okay, they made the playoffs. Didn't get out the first round, or probably they did get out the first round. And obviously a year later, they traded him. They traded him to the Golden State Warriors. So, for what? Instead of just building around him, because he was very young. Obviously he didn't get along with Cat. You know what I'm saying? So just after one playoff game, they traded him. Instead of just building around him, they traded him. So now they got Kyrie and KD, both players coming off injury, like I said. We don't know how long they're going to play. You know what I'm saying? They might put their restriction minutes on them because they don't want to further damage them. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes time to the playoffs, if they do make the playoffs, which I think they will, I'll be fair. You know what I'm saying? I do think the Nets will make the playoffs. Now, I don't know where they're going to be seated. They'll probably get like the fourth seed, fifth seed. You know what I'm saying? But they will make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't make the playoffs. You just don't miss the playoffs with KD and Kyrie. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if they're injured or not. There are two talented players left in the NBA. So they're going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to go far. Because like I said, they're going to need a lot of talent to overtake the East. You know what I'm saying? Now, can they win a playoff game here and there? I don't know. They probably may, They probably can. But like I said again, they're not going to go far. Because the Nets make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. History speaks for itself. History repeats itself. When they formed that big four, I believe, like I said again, when they formed that big four, a lot of people thought that, the Nets are going all the way. The first game in Barclays Center, they took off. Both teams took off. The Knicks and the Nets took off. But the Nets end up paying the price. Because none of those players after 3 years lasted. Only, I think, Lopez lasted. Brook Lopez lasted, but obviously they traded him to the damn Lakers. So, again, the dude, I think Brook Lopez was like around 25, 27 years old at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, they had talent. A few years later, they got KG and Paul Pierce and Terry. Same thing. Boom. They made the playoffs around 2014. Don't get me wrong. They made the playoffs, right? Got out there first round, but got smacked by the Heat with LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. A few years later, got D'Lo. Made the playoffs. Got out the first round. I probably didn't get out the first round. They traded him to the Warriors. Now, fast forward later, now they got Kyrie and KD. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do them dirty like they did those other guys because obviously Paul Pierce and KG was past their prime. You know what I'm saying? And you know the talent that they had before them. You know what I'm saying? When they formed the big, four. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't have a chemistry wise. You know what I'm saying? So, and the best thing about it is KD and Kyrie never played together. They never played together. So how is that gonna mesh well? Now, hopefully, we'll find out by next month or whenever the season restarts all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. Yes, now, yes, we all know that the Nets made the playoffs, right? They still have to win their. They still have to go out and win their remaining games. But Kyrie and KD are still not, competing. You know, like they want to get fully healthy, which I get it. But we'll see. We will see. Um, Time will tell. Just like my grandpa always told me, time will tell. You know, only time is the truth. Time will tell. So, that's what I had to talk about. Shout out to Low. He's a great YouTuber. He kind of hit the nail in the coffin with both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? He gave, facts about the Knicks. He gave facts about the Nets. So it's kind of like a toss up. But, you know, shout out to Low. Legends of winning, I believe. So, uh, yeah, I'll put the video in the description box down below. Y'all can check it out for yourselves. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.